I mean, it's cool, but, like, where do I go with that after that, right? Music is hard. I hate it. Welcome back, you Swedish hitchhikers, to another fun-filled, lightning-pack adventure day and a bag of chips of Let's Play Baldur's Gate. I believe we're in the Evil Luther variety today. Oh, yes, we have Speedy McGonzalez. Speedy... Gosh, what is the Looney Tunes character? Speedy Gonzalez. That was taken down, wasn't it? It was considered inappropriate. I mean, I think that makes a certain degree of sense. Speedy was fine. The supporting characters might not have been. Enough about that. Let's play Baldur's Gate. How you doing, guys? Hope everything's wonderful for you and yours and your cat. And if you don't have a cat, go out and get one. I heard it's hard to get a cat these days, just because everyone apparently went to the shelters and scooped them up during the pandemic. Could lead this Flaming Fist guy all the way to the edge of the bridge. We'll just go ahead and talk to him. The entrance tax is 6 gold pieces for each party of travelers. Please announce your point of origin. Point of origin? I mean, technically we're from Candlekeep, but we're gonna go with this one. The mystical land of frolicking naked nymphs, where your every desire will be granted by bald, blubbering bugbears. Hee hee. I don't like your sarcasm. If you won't cooperate, then I'll just bring you to talk with my commander. Will you now? We'll see about that. Why is Eldoth casting Bard Song? No one wants to listen to your music, Bard.
Will not go lightly.
What does Bard Song even do? Guys, has anyone in the history of time used Bard Song? May use the Bard Song ability. While active, the Bard Song has the following effects. Restore morale to its average value. Oh my goodness, remove fear? Are you kidding me? Protection from fear? Okay, I'm sorry I made fun of it. There are legitimate reasons to use Bard Song.
Please step forward.
At least in the early parts of the game. Who the heck is this guy? Scar. First, let me introduce myself. I'm Scar, second in command of the Flaming Fist. Though it is not necessary for you to reveal your names, please answer me this. Are you the group that was involved in the trouble at the Nashgal mines? Nope. I hope you're telling the truth, though it doesn't really matter. You're free to go. If you ever have any trouble or change your minds about your identity, you can find me outside the Flaming Fist compound. Yeah, no thanks, buddy. We aren't really on good terms with the Flaming Fist. I'm actually quite confused why we haven't been assaulted yet. Our reputation is 3. I thought it was below 4 was the point at which bounty hunters start coming after you. Am I wrong about that, or did they change that in EE? It basically made it impossible to play evil parties if your reputation was 3 or lower, because you could not go anywhere without constantly being attacked by basically the entire entourage of the Flaming Fist. Like, Flaming Fist, wizards, enforcers, mercenaries, battle clerics. It was good times. A good way to reload the game as you watch your entire party die. If they took that out in EE, I'd be a little bit sad, because it was so iconic, but I'd also understand completely why they did it. Anyway, I was looking to see if we found any nifty things down there. Apparently not. Is this Quile, right? Quile should be up here. Quile! Quile! You're our last hope, buddy. I don't think there's any other healer in the game that will have us. Who do we get rid of? Get rid of Faldorn? I feel bad. Faldorn's proven herself to be surprisingly useful, if only because of this summon insect spell. I mean, but that spell, it has been enough. It has been enough. I don't know really much else to say about her, though. It's probably bad to keep a party member around just for one spell. We could get rid of Kagan. I mean, there's a world where we can do this without Kagan, where you really only need 1 fighter. 2 is just comfortable. 2 makes... It's kind of like having 2 healers. You don't need 2 healers. It just makes things convenient.
What's your worry?
We probably would get rid of Eldoth. Okay. Let's think final party composition. Let's do a weird one. Let's do one that most people don't do. Let's do, let's definitely pick up Ski. I don't think anybody uses Ski. We'll do Eldoth Ski. We gotta keep Edwin. I have never used Edwin, or at least not for any significant amount of time. I do not like the evil wizard, and you guys remember I always play as a wizard, so I'm in direct competition with the guy for equipment. So usually Edwin is a fodder character at best, and is kicked off even before the finish of the Nashkellian mine. Logically, it makes sense to get rid of Faldor, and I just don't want to do it because she's another character I almost never use. Okay, so Eldoth and Ski, we know we're going with those, and then Edwin, that's 3, and then Luther makes 4. We got to keep Shartiel. Shartiel's another one I never use. That's 5. I guess it is Kagan. Kagan's gotta leave. Wait, I feel like we're missing someone. No, Kagan and Faldor. I feel like I miscounted. Hold on. Luther 1, Eldoth Ski 2 and 3. Edwin 4, Shartiel 5. Yeah, I think we gotta get rid of Faldorn. Yeah, that's too bad.
Nature is all.
Faldorn, it was a short acquaintance. Wait. We gotta take your stuff first. What do we even give this to? Let's do this quickly. We're on the clock. If we dump it all on the ground... Wait, why am I going to Eldoth to dump it on the ground? If we're gonna dump it on the ground, we can just put it here. If it's on the ground, it'll be easier for Quile to pick up. Although I don't think Quile uses clubs. The sling will be serviceable to him. Quile's an interesting class. We'll get to see it in just a moment here. He's a class that only gnomes can be, or a class combination that only gnomes can be. Very well, but do not... I don't even remember what she sounds like. Very well, but do not forget what I have taught you, friends. Walk with rage against all who threaten the Great Mother. Yeah, well, we're probably a threat to anything that lives and breathes. Whoa, turn out the lights. This is nighttime now.
Who can resist the mighty strength of Luther?
How smart is this?
Guys, I totally forgot this. This is the voice actor for Mandark, or that annoying little kid in the Polar Express. I love this guy. Rather the voices he does. I don't know anything about him personally, but who doesn't love pretty much every character this guy does? I'm gonna do my best, but I'm gonna not do the voice justice. Hey ho there, travelers! You look to be wanderers of the adventuring sort. Tell me, what direction calls you? Westward till dawn? Isn't that a Peter Pan reference? I guess we can pick a direction? I'm proceeding in a northerly direction this day. Oh ho! Not my way at all. Nevertheless, since you are so obviously in need of guidance from someone with not quite so much orcish heritage, I shall alter my course and come with you. Don't bother to thank me, just grunt approval. Well, if you must. Well, I suppose I'll be on my way then, you You said yes? I mean, of course I'll come with you. My intellect and skill as a cleric will undoubtedly make your group much better than it is. Onward! So, our good friend Quile, he is joining our party at level 1, although in EE they generously provided NPCs with a boost of EXP when you pick them up. That way they are not so vulnerable the moment you acquire them. So anyway, Quile is a neat class. He's a cleric illusionist. Now, you can be a cleric mage. You can't be a cleric illusionist unless you are a gnome. And the reason behind this is because gnomes cannot be mages. They have to be illusionists. So they wanted to keep the multi-class still intact, but the only way to do that is to allow a gnome to dual cleric illusionist. It has the neat little effect of giving him an extra level spell per level, of course, because of the specialty class. Although, why is he getting 3? Is he level 2? Oh, okay, he starts out level 2. Gosh, level 2 wizards is just a bad place to be. It's like level 1 wizard, you get 1 spell. Level 2 wizard, you get another level 1 spell. Welcome to the mine. Hope you like working the shaft. Anyway, let's go ahead and put these levels on Quile. We're gonna get a point in weaponry, although he already has a point in sling, so nothing else really matters.
Do we give him single weapon style? That seems weird. It's fighting style for characters who do not wish to use a shield. It's more like Quile can't use a shield. No, wait, he's a cleric. Of course he can use a shield. Then do we just give him sword and shield style? Yeah, I guess we do. That'll give him a +2 to AC. Doesn't seem bad. It's not like we want him with anything else here. Oh my goodness, he is proficient in club. It's a perfect mold for Faldorn. Okay, his stats are actually pretty good too. Namely because his dumb stat strength isn't a stat you really want on a cleric illusionist anyway. Dex, decent, could be higher. Con, okay, but you're not really taking a mage for their con. The int of 17 is really what you want. Wisdom is 10. Yeah, okay, maybe I should take that back. Maybe I'm just happy because his int is 17. I guess the whiz of 10 kind of ruins the whole multi-class setup. But whatever. He's got at least enough dex to get 2 points of AC right off the bat. So he does start out with that 8. Let's go ahead and... He can, interestingly, because of the multi-class, he can make use of both the Ring of Wizardry, or the Ever-Memory, or whatever it's called, and the Honorary Ring of Sune, or... Gosh, what did this used to be called? I know I make fun of it every time, but I can't keep up with these new names. Alright, so we have the club +1 coming off of Faldorn. Can't really use the sword, but can use the studded leather +1, but that's going to disable his mage spells. There's an argument here to just have him run around armorless. He can make use at least of the helmet, so he's protected from critical hits. We'll give him a shield, and he'll probably be right as rain. Did Faldor not have a shield? Did we not? Well, that's right, because druids can't use anything metal, interestingly. Even though, that's probably what throws me off so much about Jaheira. She bypasses that restriction. Now Quile can't use the potion of Frost Giant Strength. That's fine, we'll just keep him with that there, and I think we're good. Eldoth can learn the spell of identification, although Quile could too. What does Quile start out with here? Spook! Spook is kind of like a crappy horror spell that only affects one target, although I've never really read the stats, so let's take a quick look. It is a spell that was not in the vanilla Baldur's Gate, it was added in Baldur's Gate 2. So I'm not as used to having access to it. The creature suffers a saving throw penalty of -1 for every 2 levels of the caster, up to -6, so I guess it increases with level. The caster does not actually pursue the fleeing creature, a phantasm from its mind does. So it just creates horror in one target, and it does get that bonus increasing penalty for the target's saving throw each 2 levels, so I guess that's something. I think you'd rather just have Magic Missile though. Chromatic Orb, we already went over that, that's just a fun spell. He's level 3 Illusionist because of that split EXP between his multiclass. So what does that get us here? 3rd level gets us 1d6 damage and burns the victim for an additional 1d8. Not too bad. So it's 1d6, 1d8, as opposed to Magic Missile, which is just going to be 1d4, 1d4. Makes more sense to have him use Chromatic Orb. The difference, or rather the problem being that the saving throw, I believe, negates damage. Let's see. Oh my goodness. The target has a +6 saving throw? What the crap? Hold on. Each orb will do damage to the target against which there is no save, and an effect which the target must save. With a +6 bonus, though. That's horrible. So automatically, the target gets a 30% bonus. Sorry about the soda. 30% bonus to save versus Chromatic Orb's secondary effect. However, there is no secondary effect here that allows a saving throw, so in actuality, I think Chromatic Orb does more damage, and I don't care about Spook. If we wanted to make people scared, we'll have Eldoth walk over to them unshowered. Deafness. I've never really been 100% on how to use this one. The victim is allowed a saving throw versus spell to negate the effect. If deafened spellcasters have a 50% chance to miscast any spells. It really just seems to be like a crappy version of Silence. I guess it is a level 2 spell. I don't know. Just what's the point? I'd rather have acid arrows. So anyway, let's get into the good stuff. The cleric spells. Early cleric spells are infinitely better, sans sleep, than mage spells, or you have a lot more options at least. So of course we're going with the all too common command Cure Light Wounds combo. Chance is a nice one. Drop on Holy Might can be fun. I've already gone over why. We're just going to double aid. I don't really... Level 2 spells for clerics and druids are rough.
The mighty strength of Luther.
Chickens! Okay. Pinkie Pie, you're a genius. No, I'm not. I'm a chicken. Alright. Oh, what's this? I mean, we could go to Baldur's Gate, but there's this farm. Oh, I think I remember this. This will be fun. We'll go ahead and go here. This will be a nice little divergence. So apparently, so here's these zombies. Yeah, if memory serves correctly, this place is a farm that has been overrun by zombies. Which is interesting, I suppose. Zombies are fairly weak creatures. I think they're only worth 35 EXP. No, 65. Still, might as well be 35 at this point in the game. Very low AC, low HP. I could really only imagine them being dangerous if they surrounded your backline, which in the Infinity engine, I'm not sure how they would do that.
Nervous of the dark.
Wait, Quile doesn't like the dark? What did he say? If I weren't so intelligent, I might be a little nervous at the... Oh. So Quile receives a morale penalty at night. It's interesting. Of course, for those of you who don't know, morale penalties will affect NPCs. The hero, Gorian's Ward, cannot be affected by a morale failure in such a way. He can still be horrified by magic and things like that, but he won't suffer morale, or she won't suffer morale failure naturally. Anyway, I suppose this is a good way to break Quile in. That HP, though, 21. Okay, I take it back. I don't know why it said Quile's stats were good. I think he just has good int and decent dex. I know you don't want your mage... It's not like you can expect your mage to have a lot of HP, but just compared to Edwin. Of course, Edwin's a much more sturdier mage. But he doesn't get that 2 AC bonus. What do you think would be better? 2 more points in AC or 9 more HP? I think 9 more HP would probably be better. The 2 points in AC are probably not going to get you very far. Especially when you're fighting something with a very high Thaco. Wenry, I don't like the look of you, mate. Move along. Okay. We're supposed to be able to save this guy's farm from the zombies, but apparently he doesn't want anything to do with us. We're just gonna leave. Maybe we'll come up here with a good party. That's funny. There are so many things you just can't do with an evil party. It's amazing. All these years I thought I was missing out by never playing one, and I think you just pretty much canonically have to play as a good party. Oh, you don't have to. But there's very little mechanical reason to. I think what's worse is so neutral characters won't leave your party, right? If you have a reputation of max. I think evil characters will. Evil characters will get upset, but it's not too terribly difficult to lower your reputation by a point or two if you have to. Are you kidding me? Why did we come over here? I mean, clearly we want to be over there. Well, whatever. But yeah, so... Who is that? Is that Quile?
Can I help you?
Yes, Quile. No, it's Edwin. Edwin, where are you? Edwin, we're gonna help you out a little bit. Edwin, just go up there. What does Edwin say if you click on him too many times?
What? Again you did. You are so. What is? Again you. You are. What is it now? Again you disturb. You are so. I do not understand this mouse magic that makes me do your bidding. Elminster this, Elminster that. Give me 2,000 years of the pointy hat and I'll kick his arse. Please don't disturb me while I plot to overthrow you. They continue under the delusion that I care at all. Again you disturb me.
Oh,
Edwin.
Save your thanks.
Definitely the Elminster line being the better one. Elminster this, Elminster that. Give me a pointy hat in 2,000 years and I'll kick his arse. Yeah, probably the only character who gets talked about to the same level of Elminster is Drizzt. Whatever made that guy so popular? I was always an Elminster guy. Kid, boy, child, growing up. Of course, I had the affinity for magic, so that helped. As opposed to Drow Rangers. Okay, well, enough about that. Let's go into the Gate of Baldur. The namesake of the franchise. We're here. Let's do it. Alright, one second.
Stay thy course a moment.
Elminster. There we go. Just realized I didn't have the recording up, so I couldn't check the time. Alright. Good day to thee, young one. What a marvelous happenstance that we should cross paths, especially in such a grand city as this. But I see by thine eyes that thou have no time for my wry banter. 'Tis true, our meeting was no accident, though I do honestly take pleasure in seeing thee again. A pleasure I do not share. Leave me be, old man. Did I not click the... Alright. Thou art determined to be confrontational, aren't thee? And so be it. I will leave thee to whatever fate that thou dost carve for thyself. I will extend the courtesy of a warning, though. Thy manner may come natural to thee, but obeying thine impulses is not always the best course. Being true to thyself is only wise if that is truly the self thou dost wish to become. I lecture too long, and thine interest fades. Off with thee, to whatever fate will have thee.
Who can
Yeah,
resist the mighty
yeah,
strength of
Elminster.
Luther?
Ain't nobody got time for you. Okay, so... okay. Baldur's Gate. It's a pretty big place. There are... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 7 or 8 sections to the city, and there's a sewer beneath it, and this place is just huge. Most adventures that I play, they end long before I even reach Baldur's Gate. Long before. I'm not familiar with Baldur's Gate. I'm not really even at home in Baldur's Gate, or like... Yeah, I think I said that backwards, but you get the point. The point is that, guys, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I know, right? Crazy. Chezni, the guy who min-maxes everything and reads up on all of the stats, doesn't even know what to do in Baldur's Gate. To be fair, this place is huge. So, alright. Maybe this is a good time that we could actually roleplay Luther. What would Luther do? He would look for a bar. Well, we found a bar. Let's go in. I can't promise that I'll hit everything interesting in this place because it's so big, but we'll just wander around and encounter what we encounter. You be fighters or mages, and monster killers, all you be? Well, we not all be fighters, and we not all be mages, but each of us has a monstrous death throws to our name. Why do you ask? The roads be lined with bandits of every ilk and descriptions, but the most fearsome be them monstrous hobgoblins. Really? Hobgoblins? That's the most fearsome thing? Come, this guy's clearly never been to Cloakwood. Do us all a favor and place a blade into their gut. Yeah, sure, we'll do that.
Thank God.
Or not.
And will not go lightly.
Alright, who's this commoner?
Yeah?
Oh, I recognize you. You're those adventurers who've been cleaning up on all the bandits, ain't you? The leader of your bunch is named Luther of Gladstone. Why are you here at the gate? Are you restocking, or have you come 'cause there's no evil to fight in town? Oh, because there's evil to fight in town. Okay, so I know this is supposed to be inquiring, like you're actually inquiring about evil, but since our party is evil, I'm going to respond with this one as if Luther is becoming nervous. Evil? Here in Baldur's Gate? Why would you think that? Have you heard rumors or some such? I heard some weird stuff about the merchant consortiums in town. Both the Seven Sons and Merchants League have been acting real strange of late. And then there's that new Iron Throne that just moved in. They took over that huge abandoned tower in the west side of town. Well, that's all I really know. It was nice meeting some real adventurers. Bye now. Well, that was a lot of information all at once. Alright, so the Iron Throne's in the west side of town. I mean, I think we kind of already knew that because we picked up a letter from Daveron that said as much. But that's just straight up somebody telling us the same thing, so... okay, we could go to the west. Crack some skulls in the Iron Throne. There's also the Seven Sons, which we know one of the people in it has been compromised due to the Iron Throne implanting one of their own in it. Some guy here named Brevlik.
Hello.
Alrighty.
Might I have but a moment of your time? Oh, this is exciting, isn't it? Oh, wait, you wouldn't think so. You're probably used to it. Yes, well, how do I approach this? You are, for hire? I mean, I need a job done. Get my intent? A job done strictly. Hush, I believe you would say.
Well, okay. Yeah, sure, we'll do whatever you want. Speak your mind, sir, so that I may know your meaning.
I should like to procure your talents for a unique service, though it is not like you would have to do anything socially untoward. Well, perhaps a bit, but though not so much untoward as illegal.
We're gonna go with this one. I'm listening, though my ears don't hear so good lately. Perhaps I should test them with the rattle of coins.
Oh, of course, the bitter coin to jog your memory. It's just as I imagined. Oh, this is all just so naughty. Here, mate. How's 5 gold to get your attention?
5 gold? Well. Alright, we're gonna go with this one. Oh dear. Well, I couldn't hear a word you said, though. If I had, I would have answered more.
Oh, but you're a shrewd one, and such a fun game this is. All right, partner, 5 more gold, and not a silver more.
Alright, we'll listen to what the little scamp has to say. So, what's the score, my little friend?
That's the spirit. A little larceny never hurt anyone. Well, it won't hurt me, anyway. And to be fair, I would prefer if no one else suffered any injury during this exploit. I mean, I want you to steal something, but I want you to do it as nice a way as possible. It's roguery on par with Denny Lothan of Waterdeep, and I'll pay you well. 500 gold for one night's work. It's better than you could hope for a year at the docks.
Alright, I can barely see what our options are here, but I'll try and read them. You can stop trying to sell me. I'm interested. Just tell me what the actual job is, and why you are willing to take such a risk.
Oh, it's a marvelous trinket. A wondrously curious little toy from distant Lantern. What did they call it? Oh, yes, a telescope of all things. It's a misleading name for such an interestingly crafted artifact. Golden Extra Farseer would have suited its craftsmanship so much better. There is not another like it this side of the trackless sea. Most gnomes have a fixation of sorts, but I don't share the love of gems that possess my kin. I prefer the feel of metal and the intricacies of mechanical. Not that I necessarily understand the function, but it's not right for such an item to be locked away regardless. It was meant to be used and held by loving hands, and if those hands just happen to be mine, more the better. The thingy is on display at the Hall of Wonders, and were it in the possession of anyone else, it might be purchasable. No doubt you know the Hall of Wonders is an extension of the High House, the Temple of Tugond. Being the god of artifice and the invention, his followers take to revering mechanical devices and will not part with an original at any price. It's not as though they make proper use of such things, keeping them behind locked doors where loving hands cannot explore their subtleties. The Tell-a-what's-it was made to be used, not worshipped. It must be in the hands of someone who could truly appreciate it. Not to be immodest, but that someone is me. I suppose I might buy a replica, but would you wish a copy of a diamond? It's just not the same.
$500 for all that, eh? This is not a bad offer, though I think you could do better.
It's a risky venture, I'll grant you that. Perhaps I can sweeten the prospect a little. I will add a magical item from my personal collection. It will be difficult to part with one of my treasures, but definitely worth it. Will it suffice for you?
Oh man, you can push him even further. But no, we're just gonna go with it. Well, it certainly is a difficult task you've set before me, you windy little man. But I will accept the challenge.
Wonderful. Oh, this is so bad of me. Well, I shall leave you to your preparations. It will certainly be a test of your mettle entering the hall. I imagine an experienced rustabout such as yourself will case the joint thoroughly, eh? Get the guards' schedule down and all that. Oh, if only I could be a part of it. It's thrilling, like the songs of legend. I'll meet you back here once the burglary is announced. Oh, it's too much fun.
Okay, well, that was a long conversation, but apparently we're gonna go steal a a telescope for this tiny gnome. Can't even say he really wants it for bad reasons. It's not like he wants to hurt anyone. Well, so finally, we got a character that I feel like acknowledged that we were evil and didn't immediately punish us for it. Is it like the first character all game that's happened?
You want some whiskey?
Well, look what washed up the bilge. I warn you now, do whatever you wish here, but draw the attention of the city guard upon us, and you'll be floating out to sea with nary a boat, let alone sail.
Hey, I'm just here for the booze, man. Wow.
Wow.
Some cheap beer?
The bartender won't even sell us anything.
Shut your trap before it gets you into trouble.
Apparently
Watch your
Kagan doesn't
words
like...
when addressing me, lest they be fed to you on the end of my boot.
I think we already knew that.
Who can
Kagan doesn't
resist the
like,
mighty strength of Luther?
Edwin.
Save your
What
thanks.
was this? Seardemek?
Who can resist the mighty strength of Luther?
Can I help you, friend? If not, please do not hesitate to get out of my face. You're interrupting my fun.
I'm sorry for you disturbing you. Sorry to disturb you, friend. I'll just be on my way. What fun.
Who can resist the mighty strength of Luther?
Who's Seardemek? Oh, who's this guy? A merchant?
Got the best prices this side of Cormier.
A fine, lovely day to you. Would you be interested in any of my fine odds and edge? I have endeavored to keep prices reasonable in spite of the shortage of it of late. Shortage of it is. Yeah, we'll see what this guy has. Oh, whoops.
I've got the best prices this side of Cormier.
What the heck? A lot of scrolls of protection. The Protector, +1. Oh, this is just the Ring of Princes in necklace form. Shield Amulet. I mean, The shield amulet isn't the worst thing in the world. Oh my goodness, this one. Yeah, okay, so this is... I don't know why it's called the one gift lost now, but this is essentially a necklace that just lets you shoot fireballs at will. I'm pretty sure there's one that has, sorry, I just had to check something there. Pretty sure there's one that has multiple uses. I don't know if this is the one. But I think there's one that's one-time use, and then there's one that's multi-use. 6,000 gold. It's just too much. It's too expensive. The shield amulet necklace is interesting as well, but no one here really needs it. Because everyone who has a shield is already going to use it. And anyone who could... I mean, I suppose Edwin could make use of it. But... does it count as a shield? That's a... I feel like that's a relevant question. Do you have to have a free hand? No free hand needed. Okay. So an amulet of shield wouldn't be the worst thing to have. Assuming your AC is above 4. Like, you could drop Quail's AC to 4, and then effectively it's 2 against missile weapons. It's not worth paying 1,500 for, but it's a nifty little trick.
Save your thanks.
I think the problem is, it's just that if you're doing your job correctly, your wizard should never be getting attacked by physical attacks anyway, so... Lady, in quotes, Alith Elendara.
Something you require?
Good eve to you. I am Alith, the owner and proprietor. I trust the elf song will fit your needs, whatever they should be. I should be wary of the clientele if I were you. Everyone is quite on edge of late. I have nothing to fear from this rabble. They will find themselves on my edge for any real threat posed. Your confidence is impressive, though it would prove a poor shield against the blows sure to come if you insist on continuing with that attitude. My tavern is as much a place for reflection as it is for shady deals and the hiring of killers. You would find that most of the regulars are not to be taken lightly. Watch your back against the stares of strangers. Oh, didn't realize this place was shady. Although I guess I should have been tipped off by the hobbit gnome that tried to get us to steal a microscope the moment we walked in. A couple of ruffians. We're not really interested in stealing things. We have no great need of money at this immediate venture. Sure, you can always use money, but we're not saving up for something specific.
Who can resist the mighty strength of Luther?
Alright, well, aside from
This is
a guy who has us stealing a telescope. How do I keep calling it a microscope? Stealing a telescope.
and will not go lightly.
There really wasn't a lot going on in the Elf Song Tavern. The bartender wouldn't even serve us. We could go straight to the west, to the Iron Throne, but where's the fun in that? Why is Eldos? Someone was using... Oh, I was reading Elf Song. I thought Eldos was
Who can
playing.
resist the mighty strength of Luther?
Silly Chezni. Hey, look, a random house. Let's go in here. Come on, troop. You can do it. Get in there. Who are we missing? No one. Oh dear.
You there? What are you doing in this place? You better get out, unless of course you know the password.
Password? Why would I need a password?
What in the nine hells are you talking about? You're in the wrong place, pal. I'd get out while you're still able. I might not be able to stop a bunch of well-armed adventurers, but if you cause any trouble to the guild, don't be expecting to walk out in one piece.
Hey, this is a trusting
Okay.
fellow.
I mean... Guild, huh? What kind of guild?
Hi, friend.
He just tells us the same thing. Can we go down here? I actually don't know. We're gonna quick save because I don't know if this is just gonna get us killed or not. I thought I was gonna quick save. Is my keyboard not working? Oop. Is F5 not quick save? I thought it was. No, it's Q. Why did I think it was F5?
And will not go lightly.
Probably the copious amount of
And will not go
emulators
lightly.
that use that as the saving throw, the save state. Huh, well, in spite of not knowing the password, everyone seems pretty chill with us being down here. Uh-oh.
And now I know you. New snakesman you be. There kinda see no need. A lot of need to look at home for finding a dab at thievery. What is he saying? Mayhap we be testing your talent, for ye rank riders bungle the score. Ye up to my task?
What? I don't speak British. What? I have no idea what you just said. Do you speak common?
Fair, you be no thief if you can't speak the cant. You talk with the lads before you get killed. Now hop to the twig and get thee hence, you jackanapes.
I'm not gonna have a voice by the end of this. What was he saying? Said we need to talk to Alatus. Husam? Uh-oh.
Greetings, fellow rogues.
My name's Husam. I've heard quite a bit about your exploits. You've really caused the Iron Throne some trouble, haven't you? I'd like to talk with a bunch of yous. What do you say?
Okay. What do you have to say?
You're the mercs have been tangling with the Iron Throne, aren't you? Well, I'm Husam, and I've kept informed on most of your doings. Listen well to what I got to tell you. You knows what I hate the Iron Throne. They took my store, my money, and my wife. They's used me my whole life, they did. Excuse me. No, all I got is this damn horse biz. They think I used the works for those manure piles.
Well, this is an interesting story at all, but we've got to get going. See you later. So we did at least get some information about the Iron Throne from him. Not that it was very useful. Rissar and Alatus Ravenscar Thwebold. Thwibbled? Should we really be in here talking to this guy? I feel like this is maybe not the most safe thing. Yeah, whatever. We'll just talk to him.
Welcome, my little friends. Please relax and keep your weapons at your sides.
No need for hostility. Hey, finally, a person who may actually not hate us for our terrible reputation. Well, the second person. I simply must apologize for the manner of my thieves. I suppose the Thieves' Guild must keep a measure of malice about it, but it does tend to put a cloud over introductions. I am Alatus Threebold, though I thank you not to mention that too often. You are, of course, Luther of Gladstone. Be not surprised, there are very few people in Baldur's Gate I cannot name. You have been here only a few days? Well, hours, but okay. And have already made quite a stir. So I'm going to say that Luther likes this place, or at least evil Luther does. This is quite the honor, having one such as yourself interested in my travels. Oh, please, save your ingratiating remarks for another time. They are far too good to be wasted on me. In truth, you have never heard of me, and I care not a whit from where you go from here. While in the city, though, you become my concern. In fact, I should like to take advantage of your talents for a small job, something best accomplished by someone unknown in the city. Okay, so this is the Thieves' Guild that we found ourselves in. No. What exactly is it that you would have me do? What would be my reward for this service? How well can you afford to pay? It's quite a bit of intrigue, actually. A local wizard by the name of Chandalar makes his home in a moored Hulruin skyship. It would appear that he has the knowledge to reproduce these flying marvels, and is currently organizing the sale of the recipe to the Grand Duchess Lya Janeth. He has drawn up a set of rituals and procured an artifact fragment and an ancient statuette vital to the spell that keeps the ship aloft. These he has divided amongst his daughters until the deal is to proceed. I have been contacted by a representative of the Hulruins, and they have no wish to see scores of flying ships manufactured in every port. You are to infiltrate the place of exchange, steal the ingredients, and return here with them. Simple enough. You would be well paid, enough gold to give you a backache, and if I am well pleased, mayhap a magical weapon or two. Perhaps a little more, perhaps a little less. It entirely depends on your performance. We could push this guy. I mean, what? So here's the thing, though. I don't think Luther would actually push him. And the reason for that is that evil Luther tends to be cocky. Like, in Lands of Lore, by the time you start getting the evil dialogue from Luther, he is ridiculously cocky. It is great. And so I don't even think he would even need to be worried about this guy not paying him, because if he doesn't pay him, Luther would just be like, well, I'll just take it. I'll just take the money. So we'll go with we won't push him for more, or push him for half the money now, rather. Seems a fairly straightforward bit of burglary, and well within my ability. I accept this challenge, and hope it increases my standing with the guild. As it should be. Now that you have agreed, the facilities of the guild are at your disposal. Feel free to make use of them, and make your presence known to the other members. You have my permission, so they would be less likely to kill you on sight. As for your mission, you have a 10-day to complete it. Informants have told me that the Duchess intends to take possession of the components that 10th day, and the exchange will be hosted by Oberon at his estate. As I see it, you have several options. Directly persuade any of the involved parties to hand over the items, or burgle them out from under their noses. Good luck. Well, I think we have a mission. Only 10 days to do this. We might as well get to it.
Of course, be me.
Can't go down this stairway for some reason. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna steal 3 components to a magical airship in order to thwart capitalism. Or make capitalism better. I'm not really sure. Hold on. How does that work? Would it be better or worse for capitalism? Because now the ships can't be reproduced, so the Hulruins have their own. No, we're forming a monopoly, which actually would be worse for capitalism, wouldn't it? I think so. Whatever. We're gonna go steal some stuff. Okay. What? I thought we would maybe get like a clue about this. Okay, been hired by Aladdis Thweeble. That cannot be how you say that name. To do a bit of burglary. We have to sneak into Oberon's estate there and steal several magical components from 3 daughters of Chandalar. Okay, so there are 3 daughters.
Some rest is in order.
Oh, apparently we need to sleep. 3 daughters. We need a spellbook, a statuette, and a fragment of a powerful artifact. We need to find Oberon's estate. I guess we just gotta start looking. I don't know why. I feel like it's in the north. I feel like I remember where the airship is. We're gonna go north. And I know, old man Chezni just keeps comparing things back to old Baldur's Gate, but you didn't used to have all these little things on the map that told you where places were. It's very difficult to find places. Okay, so we're gonna run into.
Have a moment of your time.
Oh dear. Alright, 1, this guy's scary. 2, I can't do voices that deep. Alright, so he said his own line. We'll just go with, no, not right now.
Actually, we insist. We need to talk to you about your involvement with the Iron Throne.
Well, we're not interested.
Well, we tried to warn you.
And will not go.
I don't know who that was. Was he friend or foe? Was he trying to give us a legitimate warning, or was he just trying to threaten us? Anyway, here's this problem with Baldur's Gate, or it's not really like a problem so much as a feature of the way it's constructed. There's this wall, you can see it here, it travels like this. So what ends up happening is you can go to a new area sometimes, like the one that we're in now. We can't actually go anywhere because there's this giant wall in our way, so we're gonna have to find the main gate. Or sorry, it's not a gate, it's like a palisade? Is that the right word? No. I think I'm just making up words now. Anyway, it's like a because remember, I think we went into this in one of the earlier episodes. Baldur's Gate was built twice, and the second time the first time it was constructed, and then it expanded, and when it expanded, they built another wall. That's why there's the old layer, which is in the middle, and then the second layer. So like this is the original Baldur's Gate, old Baldur's Gate, and then this outcropping here is like new Baldur's Gate. Even though the NPCs don't call it that.
Who can resist the mighty?
Anyway, the only way to get into this second part of Baldur's Gate is, I believe, through this gate here. There might be other ways that I'm unaware
Who can
of,
resist the mighty strength of Luther?
But the gnome didn't give us a time limit, so we're under no pressure to go quickly. Can I not walk there? Is that not... I don't understand. Is that like a cliff? If it is, it doesn't read very well. Oh, where is the gate? Oh, here it is. Baldur's Gate is just so easy to get lost in. The city, not the game. I mean, it's easy to get lost in the game too, but the city of Baldur's Gate is just huge. Okay, I thought something terrible was going to happen to us there. Nothing happened. Am I misremembering this? I thought we were supposed to get assaulted. Maybe villains don't get assaulted. The Drakon Tavern. Well, we have time for drinking later, once we've...
Please let me speak.
Who are you?
Before you attack.
Lothander? Whoa, this is interesting. Okay, so... first off, isn't Lothander the name of the god that the guy in the temple to the east of Baragos worships? Or is that the one in Nashkel? Regardless, Merrick, we talked to Merrick, and we told Merrick to go away. Anyway, okay, I'm... oh wait, he had the high-pitched voice. I'm Lothander, partner of the assassin Merrick. I do not wish you harm. We don't have time to listen to an assassin of the Iron Throne. Your mistake, and most probably your last. Alright.
Oh, my life is in shambles.
Well, we'll give you a chance. Make it quick.
My partner, Merrick, has poisoned you. While you slept, he sleeped a slow-acting magical poison into your rations. You have about 10 days to live. Common pre-spells won't help you. Only one thing can, and that's the antidote. I can help you find it, if you help me first.
Whoa. We haven't even slept here yet. How did he slip oh, gosh. How did this happen? He must have done it when we were in Baragos. Okay, so Merrick wanted to tell us... Merrick wanted to tell us he had poisoned us, and I totally blew him off. That's great. It's actually kind of a good thing that we talked to Lothander, isn't it? Because if we hadn't, we just would have died. Well, why don't we just kill you and take the antidote ourselves?
Do you take me for an idiot? I don't have the antidote. I only know where it can be found.
Well, we're kind of stuck, aren't we? We have to steal 3 magical artifacts and find an antidote for ourselves in 10 days. Oh, right. We'll help you.
My problem is this. I don't work for the Iron Throne because I wish to, but rather because I've been forced. I have been spelled with a geas. Is that how you say that? Geas? 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 I'm gonna go with geas. If I do not obey everything that Merrick orders of me, the spell will take effect and I shall waste away. I need a way to rid myself of the spell. I know of a diviner at the Market Square who may have the answers I seek, but I don't have the money to pay him. Will you help me?
I mean... Luther's not happy about this, but he doesn't want to die from poison either, so... Yeah, well, we'll help you. Take us to this diviner.
Step here into the diviner's tent.
This feels like a trap. I mean, I wouldn't even be believing this guy if we hadn't ran into Merrick.
No, my life is in shambles.
This is where the diviner stays during the day. I'll wait here until you finish talking with her.
Or him. I assume it's a her. Is that classist? It's a he.
Who can resist the mighty strength of Luther?
Wisely is the most powerful of tools.
You wish to hear the arcane knowledge of Hasper? It will cost you 50 gold for the answers to your questions, no matter how small. Will you pay, or will you leave?
I feel like if I was actually here, my response to him would be, "You're a diviner, don't you know?" Anyway. Here's the money, Seer, but you'd better be for real. Oh gosh, I've already forgotten how he talks.
I am for real. Now, what is it that you wish to know? I must tell you, I only have the strength to answer a single question a day, so be careful in what you ask.
Let's see here. Who has the ability to release Lothander from his geas?
Only the High Priestess Jalantha Mistimera of Umberly has the power to remove Lothander's geas. She can be found at the Water Queen's house. It is difficult to see whether or not she will help you. I cannot answer any more questions. You must leave now.
Well,
Oh,
we got the
my
answer.
life is in shambles.
You should go to the Water Queen's house. It's also known as the Temple of Umberly. Oh, crap.
Those people are not friendly. Okay. We got ourselves in deep. Alright.
It's also known as the Temple of Umberly. I'll be at the Blade and Stars Inn. Meet me there when you found a way to reverse the geas.
Well, cripes.
Who can resist the mighty strength of Luther?
Okay. So in 10 days, we have to steal a bunch of artifacts. I'm gonna pause, because time actually passes when you're sitting around. In 10 days, we have to steal a bunch of artifacts, invade the Temple of Umberly, convince them to help us remove this guy's geas, so that we can remove a poison that supposedly has been slipped in our food. This is nuts. Well, I would say our own survival is more important than stealing things for the Thieves Guild, although the Thieves Guild probably will not be very happy if we fail. So everything kind of seems like a death wish, right? Or a death warrant right now.
He is a trusting fellow.
Let's go ahead. So we popped north on this map. One kind of, it's not really like a big brain strategy, but it's like one kind of technique you can use while running around Baldur's Gate is try to activate as many locations as you can by trying to exit the map. Which apparently is much further east than I thought. I thought we were pretty close. We weren't. That's fine. Oh! Oh, it's Oberon's estate. Wait, oh dear.
There ought to be a law to keep lecherous old men like Ragefast off the streets.
Why do I get the sense I really don't want to get into this?
Sure, avert your eyes and look the other way. It's because of people like you that this kind of thing still occurs. Oh, must the entire world make me furious?
Oh, maybe. You're responsible for your own emotions, lady, not other people. Come on, Quile. We're all gonna die if you don't hurry up. Alright, and then we'll go south, just to activate the south part of this, of all of this Baldur's... No, guys! There's like a little... There. Now do you have the pathing? They're like, there's this mysterious fog. We don't actually know what's there. I mean, I totally get it. It's just the way the engine works. Makes perfect sense. You wouldn't want characters attempting to go to locations that you hadn't been when you tell them to go somewhere. Wait a minute, is this the Iron Throne's place? Oh my goodness, it is. Yeah, okay, so the opening cinematic where, I know it was a long time ago. The opening cinematic where you see that guy get chucked off the roof. Here's the roof. I don't quite remember which direction he gets thrown. It's probably this way. So we can't really see where the body would have landed, but whatever. Come on. Okay, there we go. Now we have all these 3 locations available to us. Huh. Well, Oberon's estate is here. I know we have a poison running through us. But whoops. At least traveling between locations of Baldur's Gate doesn't cost anything. Or doesn't cost time, rather. Anyway, I feel like we got lucky and found Oberon's estate really easily.
He is a trusting fellow.
I thought we would need to find the air balloon, but apparently this is it. So yeah, I guess that's where we leave it. So, having gone into Baldur's Gate and been handed a bucket load of things that we have to do quickly before we die from poison or anger the Thieves Guild, pretty exciting stuff. We picked up Quile. Who knows where the adventure will take us from here? I legitimately don't, because I don't play this part very often. Anyway, as always, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you had fun out there, and I'll see you in the next one.